Hello all, thank you for joining us again and allowing us to make art with you today. Today we'll be discussing the history of our chosen artist and then creating a piece of art that symbolizes that artist's best work. Today we will be discussing Vessna Scheff, a contemporary Philadelphia-based watercolor artist and musician whose work is primarily abstract. Using the watercolor medium, she paints emotive, abstract, and portrait works, which are meant to symbolize nature and the flow of water itself. As a child, Vessna was rather quiet and would use singing as a way of getting across to others, finding her voice to be her solace and singing as a means of communication. As a self-taught artist, she really had to put herself out there in order to find patrons and share her work. She would play open mics in San Francisco and eventually even teach in middle school, spreading her philosophy on the importance of sharing your thoughts with the world. Today we will be looking at a few abstract pieces that she made, and then creating works that are reminiscent of Vessna's watercolor pieces. The pieces specifically we will be looking at are Chrysalis numbers 1 and 2. Both these are watercolor-based pieces, having elements of collage and mixed media involved in them. As we look at these pieces, what stands out to you? What exactly do you think abstract art symbolizes? The beauty of abstract art is that it is created with the intent to symbolize something while not using traditional techniques. This means using shape, color, form, and texture. Many people have many feelings about abstract art, and you might say that all these opinions are correct. An excerpt from her own collection, Vessna writes, "Inside our cocoons a transformation is brewing, similar to the melodies of black beans and yellow rice, of chapped lips on brass horns, buzzing with the pain of the day and celebrating all the more, remembering that we have already emerged countless times as moths and butterflies, and this day is just like the rest, with a reason to cry and a reason to dance nonetheless." If you can gather multiple pieces of paper, you will need at least 2, 3 or 4 to be safe, and add some variety. You will see what I mean. You will need scissors, any tape lying around, or glue, and of course, something to draw with, be it a pencil, marker, or pen. If you have colors, that's awesome. We would try to encourage creating something with water-based materials, but I know that not everybody has access to these things. Though, I will show you that if you have markers or pens, adding water can make a mark that bleeds just like watercolor pieces. Now, step 1. Set one piece of paper aside to use as a base. This is the piece of paper that you will be drawing and either gluing or taping other pieces of paper to. Don't touch this paper until I tell you to. On the second sheet of paper, we would like you to create with any color or colors you would like. Make shapes, lines, patterns. These are abstract pieces, you guys. They do not have to look like anything in particular. Fill the page with a plethora of different patterns and colors. Anything you'd like. All done? Now I would like you to flip the paper over and color on that side, using whatever colors you would like. When you're finished, now you have 2 sides of the sheet of paper full of color and shape to work from. For those of you who do have access to multiple sheets of paper, excluding the one I told you to set aside at the beginning, feel free to repeat the steps above, coloring and using whatever shapes you would like, and in many variations as you like. Now that you have a collection to work from, take those papers and tear or cut out shapes or patterns of work that make you feel particularly attached to, right? Make any shape you'd like in any size. Now, you will glue or tape these shapes that you have cut out onto the piece of paper that we have set aside for this exact reason. So the piece of paper that I told you to put aside at the beginning, yep, you guessed it, this will be your base. Now you can glue them or attach them. Try overlapping. This will create some texture, maybe even giving the piece a three-dimensional element. Now, try adding on to the piece, overlapping new lines and shape. Add any other elements you would find, maybe the work is missing right now. Anything to make it really say, this is my piece of art. Take a second and look at it. Do you feel like it's finished? If so, give it a title. The beauty of abstraction is that you may define it however you like, even leaving it undefined. It's up to you as the creative genius. And as I've said before, let's sign our name and find a place to store your new beautiful creation. To learn more about Vessna Scheff and support her artwork, you can go to www.vessnascheff.com and view her work, maybe even get in contact with her. If you have an Instagram, you can follow her at Vessna Scheff. Here you can even listen to her music and watch her perform art. Remember to always support the artists who inspire you. And again, thank you for making art with us. I hope you had fun. See you next week.